everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. This week, it is a sunny Saturday and I'm off on my first actually long run of my 100k training program. I feel very badly prepared for this. It's been raining non-stop for the last, I don't know, 2 weeks, and I've seen my patch of sunshine and I'm heading out for 20-something kilometers today before doing another 10 or so tomorrow. In the plan was 30k for today but rest day tomorrow, and I decided I'd split it up for the sake of my sanity and my legs, which have not done any more than 10 miles in the past few months. So yeah, really happy to be out, and we'll see how it goes. You might have noticed I'm wearing road shoes. And that's because today's route is primarily road. I know, what the hell. But that's because of the rain, and it's been so wet and so flooded that I don't really want to do 20-something kilometers of trudging through clay. And so I decided on a half and half course, going out on the Portway, which I've never done before because the other side of the river is the Avon River Trail, which is lovely, traily, and away from the road. And the Portway is just alongside the road and a bit gross, but it's flat and it's not underwater as far as I know, so that gives it a big bonus point. But it does mean that the whole way out is head into the wind. As you might be able to hear, it's pretty windy today, and we'll see how that goes. But on the plus side, it does mean tailwind, hopefully for the whole way back, so yeah, maybe that will help me. I think I set off too fast as well, but I just want to get all this road running malarkey out of the way so that I can enjoy the trail on the way back, because yeah, it's kind of busy out today because the sun is finally shining and everyone's decided it's a good time to get out, just like me. Alrighty, so 5 kilometers done. That's the start of my trail usually, but today I'm on this side. I'm on the noisy side, which I've never actually run before. So, oh, there you go. I think you can go over here, under there, through here. Okay. Okay, there you go, suspension bridge. I've decided that I haven't brought enough food with me. Got one thing of gel mix, which is kind of equivalent of 2 gels, and a little bit of flapjack. So I had lunch an hour and a half ago, maybe 2 hours ago now. And my problem with this training is that I am permanently hungry. Like always. I'll eat and I'll be stuffed. And then 15 minutes later I'm like, oh, I need a snack. And I eat so much food. I cannot fit any more food in my belly. So I wait until, you know, it's long enough after my meal for me to be able to go for a run without feeling full. And then by the time I actually start the run, I'm hungry again. So that's my issue right now. And I've got an electrolyte mix as well, mixed with a tiny bit of pre-workout from Vivo that I'm testing out. It has beetroot in it as well, so who knows, maybe that will help me. I will take anything at this point. So yeah, I'm usually over there on the beautiful side, but currently enjoying the noise of the road. And listening to a great audiobook that I'll tell you about once I've run a little bit further. 5.5k in. I'll talk to you in a bit. Not even 8k in yet and I already need to do a wild wee. Problem with doing a road run is that there's not many places, but thankfully there's access to the river here, so yeah, emergency wee done. I think if I was wearing trail shoes I'd head down here, but as it stands my Nike Pegasus or whatever they are will struggle. We'll struggle a little bit with that. The road is wet enough. This headwind's getting a bit tiring actually. I'm just hoping that it'll make up for on the way back and push me all the way home. I sort of set out on today's run trying not to think about it, because otherwise I know I just never get out the door. I've not done a long run like this in a while. I guess Maple Dome was the last one, which was 21k, but for some reason this feels a lot harder even though it's only a little bit longer, I think. But I haven't actually checked the actual distance. I know that I've got 30 odd more kilometers to do this week to get to my goal of 60 plus k, but I thought the more I do today the less I have to do tomorrow, which is good. But I'm hoping it's not all 30k in one go, but there's a good chance that it might be, because yeah, I'm not even 8k in yet and there's really a very long way to go until I get to turn around and come back. And that's the thing about this route, because I'm going back on the other side of the river, I have to go all the way to the bridge, otherwise I just have to come back along this road, and that sounds worse than running 30k. Anyway, I'll get it done. Might be slow, but I'll get it done. Alright, so my audiobook is The Panther Perspective by Anna McNuff, and it's about her 3,000 kilometer run, the length of New Zealand. And it's good to listen to her because despite the fact that both her parents and her uncle are Olympians, she sounds, I mean, no, I'm not gonna lie, she sounds a lot more impressive than your average human. But, you know, she decided to run. She's not a runner. Apparently she's not a runner. And there was this quote that she just said, "I'd rather live my life pissing myself with fear than bumble along living in mediocrity," or something along those lines. And that's kind of how I feel. I mean, she's setting off on this run with 4 months of training and that's it. And, you know, I'm doing almost that much training for an 100 kilometer run, so I should be fine. And even if I'm not, kind of, who cares? Like, I'd like to finish, but I don't sign up to these things to, you know, get a long list of awards. I signed up for these things because I love being outside and exploring nature. A bit ironic saying this is going on the Portway, but you know what I mean. So yeah, anyway, really, really, really great audiobook. I only started it at the start of this run, but it's great, and she reads it so well. She's a narrator, and yeah, she reads it so well, so thoroughly recommend listening if you're looking for one. Thank you to whoever recommended this book, by the way. It was recommended in my previous vlog where I was showing my favourite running documentaries and books and stuff. So yeah, if you want recommendations, go and check that out, but I've got a long list and I will share them once I've listened. So yeah, recommend this one for sure. Minutes done and first food consumed. Woo! That's where I usually run, along there, off to Pill and Avonmouth. But instead, I'm going to try this public footpath. Will I regret it? I just don't want to be on the road anymore. Let's give it a go. I probably will regret this. Oh God, why does it go up there? What's it doing? Okay. Hello, so I just had a lovely chat to two locals. Basically, I'm now on a trail that's a nature reserve and in very ill-suited shoes. But it takes me along the river all the way to the motorway bridge, which is where I want to cross. And they tell me it's much nicer than the Portway. So I'm going to give it a go. It's solid underfoot for now. I just want to get off the road. You guys know what I'm like, I just hate it. So I'm going to go this way and hope that it's a much nicer route and not a much harder route, because often the two go hand in hand. But yeah, pretty so far. Some allotments to my right, the river and the nature reserve to my left. And I've done 11 kilometers so far. Done my first little stop just to chat to them, and hopefully I'll be able to keep running the rest of the way. Maybe a little walk here and there. All about time on feet. Just keep having to remind myself that just because it's flat, it doesn't mean I have to run the whole thing. That's why I love hills, because I get to walk. But I can also walk on the flat, that is perfectly acceptable. So I just had a rather ominous conversation with a couple of locals, different ones. When I asked them where the river trail was, they said, oh, you don't want to go down there. And I was like, oh God, don't I? Just come all this way to go down there. They said, oh, it's a quagmire. So we'll see. And they said, there's a hell of a headwind, which I can already feel. So I think the trail goes there, but there might be a path there. Oh God, I hate having to map. It's a great thing about river paths is usually it's just a straight line along the river, but oh, we'll see. I'll give it a go. Oh, I hate having to think while I run. I just want to run and switch my brain off. Hey ho, it is pretty, so it's got that going for it. Oh, regrets. I just practically did the split trying to get around a puddle. Usually I'd go straight through, but I really don't fancy getting my feet wet right now, all that muddy. These are supposed to be my clean shoes, but at least I'm running again. I really need to remind myself that to just suck it up when I'm doing a road run and stick to the bloody roads. Every time I see a footpath sign, I'm like, maybe I should just go down there. And usually I regret it, especially when I'm wearing road shoes. Look, whoop, 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 whoop. Slippery. So I've got to get back before dark, so I do actually have to run, like not super slowly. We'll get it done eventually. Hey, big puppy. Puppies! And the bridge. I made it. Well, I'm not there yet, but I will make it. This is nice. Love a construction site. That's the bridge. I'm going underneath it. I feel this is not right, but it's gonna get dark soon. So I'm just gonna keep running until I find some stairs to get up there. A local told me to follow the yellow brick road, and I cannot tell if he was taking the piss. And now I feel like you might have been. Ah! Okay, the Portway's here. Don't get run over. Woo. Okay. I know that there's steps up from the Portway, so I'm going to the Portway. Should never have left the Portway. Idiot. Okay, we'll figure it out. So I think I'm on the right track, but realistically, I also think I might be accidentally running to Wales. Wales is pretty at the very least, and ironically, or rather suitably, Anna is also lost in my audiobook, except she's lost in sort of jungle in the forest in New Zealand, which sounds much more scary but also much more beautiful, whereas I'm lost in Avonmouth. Maybe I got there. Oh god, I don't know. That was not the right way. So we're back running along to Wales. Also, I've done an hour and a half, which does mean I get to eat again, which is great. Unfortunately, I'm not quite halfway through the run yet, which sounds like this is going to be a very long one, and maybe I will get my 3 hours done after all. So I've done, yeah, nearly 15k, and I'm not over the bridge, and the bridge is halfway, so we'll see. But on the plus side, it means I get a rest day tomorrow, so that's nice. And on the downside, it means I'll be back after dark, and like an idiot, an absolute twat, I didn't bring a head torch. But I know the route on the other side off by heart, so not so worried about that. But it's a stupid thing. Oh my god, I found it! Yes! Anyway, it's a stupid thing. When I don't do something for a while, understandably, I forget how to do it. And like, this is basic running in winter 101. Take a head torch, take a warm layer, take a charger. What have I forgotten to do? All of those things. But, you know, that is the purpose of training runs. A reminder not to be an idiot when it comes around to actually racing. Because it's one thing getting lost in Avonmouth, it's another thing getting lost, you know, in Snowdonia or the Lake District or Croatia or the middle of nowhere in Sweden. So yeah, don't want to mess with it. But anyway, I'm on the bridge now. Woo! 15k in on the bridge, and then I get to turn around and go back. In the right direction finally. Woo! This is good news. I am finally running towards home rather than away from it. So, and I know this trail. It's great. Woo-woo! I've done 18 kilometers and I'm on my first hill. I definitely thought I knew where I was, and I looked at my Strava heat map and I've been here before. It was in the other direction, and for some reason my brain can't compute that the trail is the same no matter which direction you're going in. So I keep having to check my map. The sun set 3 minutes ago. Don't ask why I'm still wearing sunglasses. Maybe I'll go that way? Yeah, that looks good. Footpath, it says a footpath sign. But yeah, I just need to get across the next 5k and then I'm on safe ground. So just walking this hill and then a little bit speedy on the way back, I think, so I don't get stuck. I do have actually warm layers in my pack, so I'm not a complete idiot, just to reassure anyone who thinks I might be. Oh my god, I know where we are! Yay! I have a picture on my last, not my last 3 hour run, but one that I vlogged called 3 hour training run, I think, on that hill over there. So yeah, but again, that was going in the other direction. I've never done the trail from this way back that way. Yeah, so that's fun. Anyway, gotta run a little bit harder than I have been to get back before it's pitch black. This is my route. That's my route. I'm not. I'm going round. Ridiculous. Gel time. Energy. trail that I know, recognise, and that's the bit that I walked up the big stairs and then showed you down this way. So yeah, and I have a tailwind, an even better thing from this point. I'm a little bit tired, but I'm just trying to get in the miles, get in the speed now so I can get back before it's pitch black. I do sometimes worry about the safety of this, so far away from, well, it feels like far away from civilization. I guess it's not really, but yeah, I do sometimes worry, but lesson learned for next time. Around 2 hours 15 and 22.5k in. It's officially nearly dark, but despite the fact that you probably can't see me very well, I can see the trail pretty well. My hips definitely starting to hurt. Actually, you know what, on the way out, really quite early on, my right IT band started to not hurt, but like I could feel it, and also, in fact, all of my injuries that I've had in the last few years started to sort of reappear, and I honestly think it's all mental. Not mental as in crazy, mental as in literally in my head, because I hate road running over long distances because it's what's injured me in the past, and I think I overthink it when I set out to do long, flat runs, mainly on the road. I start to think that my injuries are going to flare up again, and almost by thinking it, it seems to happen. And it's funny because now I know that I'm going in the right direction, although my hips definitely hurt, which I actually think might be a symptom of lack of training. The other injuries have suddenly gone. And I honestly think it's a case of like just my brain tricking me into being like, oh, maybe you should just turn back. Maybe you're not fit enough for this. Maybe this is going to injure you, so you just shouldn't do it. Oh God, it's muddy. So yeah, anyway, there's loads of research, actually, some really interesting research to show that when you've had a persistent injury, the psychological effects continue for a lot longer. In another note, can you see this? I'm literally in a river. Ooh. The whole Avon River path has turned into the river. Makes it very cold and very wet. I'm glad I'm doing this on the way back and not on the way out, for sure. Woo! Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Suspension bridge! Woo! That's just over 4 kilometers from home. Hey! Woo! It's over 24k in, still moving at a pace. My feet, which were a little bit hot and bothered, are now very nicely cooled from the wet trail. So, you know, it has its perks. Uh-oh, this is completely underwater, this bit. Don't know if you can see, but you might be able to hear. I can't see where my feet are going. I'm just hoping it's flat. Oh, Christ, this is fun. Nearly 26k in, 2 hours 33, and suspension bridge, if you can see it. Well, I'm pretty tired now, actually. Definitely slowed down. I've been doing actually decent pace along the trail because a little bit scary in the dark, but slowed right down now. Just need to get back home. 4 kilometers from here, and that will take me just under 30 kilometers, which will mean that I don't have to run tomorrow. So definitely great news. Very excited for an extra unexpected rest day. All right, just over 3k from home. Had the worst experience of my whole run so far. Far worse than being lost in the dark. And that is football people everywhere. everywhere, and you can't run without them walking into you because they're all looking at their phones. And oh my god, it's just like I literally couldn't even film. A tide of football people. Oh my god, I can't tell you how much I hate it when there are lots of football people in one place, because they are loud and scary and paying no attention to where they are going. Case in point. I'm glad they're all having fun, but it makes it really difficult to run anywhere. So I was going to run the most direct route back, but that goes past the stadium, and so I'm not going to do that anymore. Look here, there you go, people, so many people. Jesus Christ, oh my god, this is no fun. I would rather run on the road. Just a kilometre from home now. Feeling so hungry. I can't even explain how hungry I am. I've eaten, you know, a decent amount, not loads actually. I should have brought an extra flapjack, but I haven't exactly gone hungry this run, especially as I had a giant pie just before setting off. But I am so hungry. It's the problem with slow runs. I always get hungry on slow runs. Whereas on fast runs, my body sort of rejects the idea of food. So yeah, lots of food for when I get back, I think, which should be hopefully very soon. Fingers crossed. 9 minutes until it's a 3-hour run. Whoop whoop. Last little hill back. I have loved having Anna McNuff's voice in my ears for this run. What a joyful woman. Oh my goodness, like, you know, sometimes on a long run, especially when you're hungry, yeah, things can get a little bit, well, just nah. But having her just cheerful attitude on her own journey across New Zealand, not quite across to Avonmouth and back, it's just the best thing ever. Really, really lovely. I'm gonna call it a day today now. 2 hours 57:22, and no, I'm not gonna round that up, because that's the sort of thing I used to do when I was obsessive over running, and I find it really helpful to purposefully stop on really annoying distances and time, just so that I don't get obsessive, you know. 29.79 kilometers. 2 hours 57:22, 5:57 per kilometer. Really happy with that. All my long runs recently have been super duper slow, so yeah, that's pretty good. And now I'm going to go and eat forever. I made it home finally in the pitch black, and I've just helped myself to an out of the box mushroom and truffle risotto. 80 grams carbs, 10 grams. This is my pre-dinner dinner. It's 5:40 and I have this and then dinner in an hour and a bit, I guess. I'm so hungry. So hungry, but really happy with how that went. I've done 64 kilometers this week, which is my biggest week in a long time. Not so much elevation gain, that was a pretty flat run, but I just wanted to have a go at going that far because I haven't really done anything like that in a very long time, and it kind of went really well. So very happy with that. With that, I'm gonna sign off and sit down and eat this and not talk to anyone for the rest of the evening, apart from maybe Rhian and the dog, obviously. Hi. That is it for this week's vlog. If you did enjoy it, please do give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Next week, let's have a look at the plan, just to make me super depressed and scared. On Monday, we start week 6. Oh, okay, this week was supposed to be 61 kilometers, and I've done a little bit over that. And next week is supposed to be 62. So that feels, if this week was manageable, next week should be manageable as well. And I've got hill sprints on Monday, so wish me luck. Anyway, I will see you next time. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.